What's good, team? Right now, bring you guys another top 10 video this week. And this week's top 10 video is going to be top 10 things you guys did not know about Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, I'm not going to lie, this video was inspired by a Thrillist Facebook post that was stating 15 things you guys do not know about Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, I'm not knocking the Thrillist post, but there are a lot of things I felt like should have been on that list that they did not have in their list. So with that being said, I'm going to use some of their stuff in this example, and then use some of my own stuff to give you guys things that you guys do not know about our game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Yu-Gi-Oh! is a beloved game that we all care about to the heart. So, without further ado, let's begin. Starting out by saying Yu-Gi-Oh! A game we all love to hate. There are a lot of things you guys do not know, and there are a lot of things I did not know until I did this studying. So, starting off with number 10. In 2012, Yu-Gi-Oh! Broke the Guinness Book of World Records for holding the biggest card game tournament in history. Over 4,000 people for the 100th YCS. It was insane. I did not go to the 100th YCS because I just got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Around that time. But with that being said, I remember people saying that when Konami realized how big the tournament was, they had to set off two sections, a Section A and a Section B. Then when it's like two separate big events had to break off to infuse together for the top breakdown. I think 256 or whatever. It was insane. Day one ended at like 3 in the morning. So yeah, 100 YCS, biggest TCG event ever. Apparently Magic broke that event a few years back with a 10,000 player event, which is also insane. That just goes to show us that card games are something to stay around for a very, very long time. So yeah, number 10, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was in the Guinness Book of World Records. Number 9. Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. What is Season 0? A lot of people did not know about what Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 was until I posted my YouTube video. And honestly, I didn't know what Season 0 was until about a few years back when a buddy of mine told me how Yugi used to, it was like a prequel to the original series where Yugi was going around killing people and sending them to the Shadow Realm. It was insane, but pretty much Season 0 is apparently, according to my studying I did, a non-canon version of Yu-Gi-Oh! It was the original concept shot for Yu-Gi-Oh! In Japan, but the reason why Yu-Gi-Oh! Eventually transferred into the Duel Monster thing that we got today, because in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, they did parodies of Magic the Gathering, which gained a lot of popularity in Japan, so Kazuki Takahashi just said, fuck, if it works, and eventually used the Duel Monster concept in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga, and just transferred into its own entity, being Duel Monsters. Number 8, the amazing amount of censorship we get in this card game and the anime. There is no surprise, and in North America, let's face fact, we are treated as soft little kids. And with that being said, the culture is different over here in Japan. So in North America, a lot of things got censored off in the original anime. A few scenes with Kaiba got guns pointed at him. Pekka's got a gun pointed at him. 4Kids blocked it out. In Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, there was this one card that was made for drinking, and instead of him drinking alcohol, he was drinking a bottle of hot sauce. Like, it was really ridiculous. Then a lot of cards like Dark Ruler Hardess, a lot of things that deals with religion, gets modified so it don't hurt the sensitivity of the American audience. So yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a ton of censorship in the game. A lot of you guys might not know about it. One of my favorites is Harpy Lady Censorship, Japanese. Hell, even in the original American version, I guess Konami did not get to look at it in time. There's a Harpy Lady, I still have one, that she's in her bra panties. Eventually, Konami caught on, and they covered her from her bra panties and being covered up into like a two-piece outfit. Really hilarious. So yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a fuck ton of censorship in this card game, and it's the reason why Japan hasn't sent us some cards, because Kazuki Takahashi does not want a lot of his artwork to get changed. Number 7. The Capsule Monster chess game. I got this off the Thrillers list. I did not know what the hell it was. Apparently, if you guys remember back in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, they did the Capsule Monster arc. I don't remember nothing about it, so don't ask me. But apparently they made a chess game developed off the Capsule Monster arc. And I believe this is pretty much Konami in Japan, when the Capsule Monster arc started, trying to expand Yu-Gi-Oh! Outside of a card game and expanding the brand. So I'm going to get into the next thing on this list as well, but the Capsule Monster was eventually a different game played in the show, and they made a chess game off of it. Really cool, really amazing. If you guys are fans of Cyber Knight, he has a video of unboxing the Capsule Monster art, and yeah, it was a pretty cool, just a Yu-Gi-Oh! Chess game, which there's not to lie about it. Number 6, we also had the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monster game, a real Dungeon Dice Monster game, and that's something a lot of newer players don't know what the hell Dungeon Dice Monsters is. It goes based off the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series with the character Duke Devlin, and Native American, that was his name. He had the Dungeon Dice Monster arc where you roll the dice. It's pretty much Dungeons and Dragons in Yu-Gi-Oh! Format. You roll the dice, you get different monsters, you get different effects. It was pretty good little filler arc, and they actually turned it into an original game. But Konami of America did not want Dungeon Dice Monster. Well, actually, scratch that. But it just did not gain popularity. I think they released 2 sets for it, or maybe 1 set. No one got hyped on it because they released it in the prime time of Yu-Gi-Oh! Hypeness, and everyone was just buying the cards instead of playing the expansion games and etc. So yeah, Dungeon Dice Monsters were a thing. If you're a lot of the newer players who watch Yu-Gi-Oh! On Netflix, look up Dungeon Dice Monsters. You can probably find some of the old toys on eBay and Amazon. Number 5, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge series. Now, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge series is very similar to the Dragon Ball Z Bridge series, and it's something a lot of you guys do not know about. I just found out about a year ago. It's made by a YouTuber named Little Karibo, and it's pretty much a parody of the original series, similar to the fashion of the Dragon Ball Z Bridge series. A lot of funny skits, a lot of re-edited scenes. Hilarious. Congrats to Little Karibo for making it. Now, I honestly think he's the most popular Yu-Gi tuber. I think he has over 500,000 subs, so check out Little Karibo on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge series. It's really hilarious stuff. Number 4, unused traditional format Konami has for the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG card game. Now, traditional formats are really common in games like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon to an extent by a lot of casual players, but in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Era, well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players in general, we don't do traditional format, and it's because Konami does not support it. I have not seen one event, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below, that support traditional format. Guys might have something locally going on, but as far as side events for big Yu-Gi-Oh! Events, Konami just does the 3-way tournaments, the Attack of the Giant card, but do not hold traditional tournaments for a side event or a YCS or a traditional YCS in general. I mean, yeah, traditional format is kind of dumb. There's a lot of FTK, OTK things to be messed with in the traditional format, but if Konami actually gave us a traditional format tournament to play as a side event for a YCS, it'd be pretty cool. But yeah, the main point of this is to talk about the unused traditional format. So yeah, Konami, please support it. Number 3, the youngest Yu-Gi-Oh! National champ was 11 years old. Young Austin Coleman bust out in 2006, becoming the national champion. And it was insane because he was the youngest kid at the time to ever do a feat. With all the grown 26-year-olds, 27-year-olds, 28-year-olds completing that event, a 11-year-old won. And some people might say it's luck. Honestly, I think it's just skill. And honestly, little kids don't think that hard when they play. I mean, they think, but they don't overthink their move. They just see a play, they play it. They're not going to put too much effort into overthinking like how a lot of us adults would, which is why he probably won. So yeah, 11-year-old national champ. That's a lesser known fact in the community. Pretty hilarious. Number 2, the Great Wall of Yu-Gi-Oh! As a lot of you guys already know, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie was released in Japan earlier last winter, and is currently being released in Japan and America this January. And in Japan, when the movie was coming out for promotion for the movie, they made what a lot of us call the Great Wall of Yu-Gi-Oh!, where they had every Yu-Gi-Oh! card on display at the Japanese train station. And it was over like 3,000 or 4,000 cards, which is pretty cool. Great sight to see to help promote the movie. I believe it's still up. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys live in Japan, post that in the comment section down below if the Great Wall of Yu-Gi-Oh! is still up. But yeah, I would have loved to seen it, but I don't live in Japan, unfortunately. So yeah, Great Wall of Yu-Gi-Oh! is a great concept to promote a movie. It would have been great if Konami of America would build one of those over here, like in California or something, or Chicago or New York. It'd have been pretty cool. So yeah, Great Wall of Yu-Gi-Oh! Good known, great fact about the game. And last but not least, one of the most unknown facts about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the Tyler the Great Warrior story. Who is Tyler the Great Warrior? Tyler the Great Warrior is a kid who got really sick back in the day, and people thought he was going to die, so he did the Make-A-Wish Foundation, where they gave him his one last wish before he passes away, and his wish was to be part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Yu-Gi-Oh! is his favorite thing, and it transformed him into Tyler the Great Warrior card. He designed his own card, gave his own effects, and etc. He had his own copy, and Konami has their own copy locked away at the station. But a non-sad part of the story, Tyler actually lived, and I think he donated his card to charity. Correct me if I'm wrong, because that card is really expensive because there's only 2 in the world. Konami owns the other copy. So yeah, Tyler the Great Warrior. I'm glad he survived. And if he's watching this video, shout out to Tyler. So, with all that being said, was there any Yu-Gi-Oh facts that you found out about that you did not know? Post that in the comment section down below. And as I always tell you guys, if you're a new viewer to the channel, I'd love for you to subscribe for more competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. I upload 3 times a week. On Mondays do my general discussions, on Wednesdays do my top 10s, and on Fridays do my explain series where I explain dance and archetypes in detail. I do these videos because I truly believe in helping you guys become better players, and also do these videos because I truly believe in you guys helping me become a better player. This was Chris from Team Innovation. I am signing out. Peace, guys. Stay innovative. Deuces. Frog, one of those XYZ monsters they have, or a totally awesome, they can beat over the Dingle. So Genzo is pretty good because he's good for beating over the totally awesome, and because it's in the game.